Fix errors, waste, and issues in a couple of clicks. Get alerted whenever you're off track. Sign up at trueclicks.com.
Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises to manage clients and projects with max efficiency, sharing Wix's SEO tech to help you drive growth.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sarah, for that spanking introduction. Hey up, my name's Nina Payne. I'm the founder of the SEO Lady brand. And yes, I'm here today because of music. And I'm on stage to talk about how anybody really can rank with video SEO. So I go back in the late 90s when I was online. So I was using Ask Jeeves before I knew what a search engine was. I was also active on Yahoo chat rooms to discuss DJ music and the latest holiday news. And then I quit my job and I invested in a wholesale record collection of 6,000 12-inch singles and started to list them now. My dad says, if you can get something for free, you take as much of it as you can. So when I'm listing on eBay, I thought, well, I've got so many characters in my title, I'm going to use it all up. So without knowing SEO, I was just thinking, well, I've got 800 records here I've got listing. I'm going to start them all with 12-inch vinyl, funky house, DJ. There's all my keywords. And then my brand name, which was, let's just say, Michael Jackson and Thriller, would go at the end. Because I want people to find me for generic stuff. They're always going to find me for Michael Jackson and Thriller. But let's get people in that's browsing. And so with SEO and unique content, and again, I got no idea what I'm doing in 2001. I just talked about the record label, who was remixing it. And the worst thing about DJs, if they find something that they really want to buy and they go out and buy a record and it's the wrong mix, we get really annoyed. So I used to add MP3 clips in there as well. And all of my photographs before mobile were taken on a camera, digital camera, hooked up to the computer, and I would rename every one of the images that corresponds with the actual record that I'm selling. So with YouTube, that came along a little later. Obviously, I'm going to stick my favourite brand up there, which is Technics. And after a while, I thought, well, I've run out of records now, so let's go and get a job and let's go back in the real world. And Funky Pigeon just started to advertise. They weren't called back then. And I entered the job, Google specialist. I'm thinking that's someone else that doesn't know what SEO is either. But before Funky Pigeon and between Technics, I'd kind of learned the basics of SEO with my previous employment. So I got the job, I rocked up on Monday morning, all's fine and well, had the weekend, went back to work on the following Monday morning, and the company said, by the way, we're changing domain. We decided over the weekend, we bought funkypigeon.com and we need you to do everything. I'm like, seat in my pants, I've never heard of this before. So I went on a forum and I've got grumpy old white-haired men all saying, well, you've done the 301. I go, what's the 301? So, okay, well, yeah, it's pointing at the new one where you have to do a Google change of address. So I did that. So all of this was just learning as I've gone along. So being a freelancer for me has been amazing and I'm really enjoying it here today. So Comfy Living, I beat Amazon for the single word futons. And then I've worked with Rated People and Glastonbury Glamping. So with YouTube, with verification, this is the overview. I have written a blog post to accompany this. You can actually create a channel without a mobile phone. So you can still upload up to 15 minutes and you can like and share and create playlists. So I thought, well, I've been creating YouTube channels for years. Let's go and see what the process is like in 2024. So a few weeks ago, I created a channel. It took me about half an hour, which was fine, but I'm getting a bit itchy because I like to write content going back to my eBay days. So all of my playlists would have lots of content and keyword rich, that kind of thing. So once you're verified, then with your phone number, which is the second level of verification, that's when you can upload your thumbnails. And the third one, we'll get round to in a little bit. So here you can see username taken, and this is the blank channel that I just uploaded. So when you create a channel, you automatically get 14 backlinks. So the first one is always going to be the most important. Usually, of course, that's going to be your domain. As my dad says, if you get something for free, you take as much of it as you can get. So you can do what you like with the other 13. So the other thing is that what Anna and Stevie have already said about keyword research. So much the same with eBay. If I was listing a record, I'd go into the sold items and see what they were saying about the record and what price it went for. It's the same with SEO and keyword research, and it's the same with YouTube as well. So there are paid tools, and we've mentioned those as well. But freelancers like me with zero marketing budget, we use things like Google Trends. And this here goes back to 2008. So this is the entire history. You can actually nominate it to say YouTube search. And the search query is how to. Funny that, it's the first quarter of 2020. I wonder why there was a massive peak in the entire history of YouTube for how to. So what we're going to do today, actionable steps. You are all now the owner of a hairdressing salon in Bristol, and they're called Trim Nation. Now, Trim Nation have employed you, and they said, okay, we've got this new domain. Let's go and, start some SEO because I want to rank for hairdresser, ladies hairdresser in Bristol. So obviously you're going to create your blog content, the actual website content, so on and so forth. But for the first blog, I think it's really important, as the other ladies have said, you've got to have content, images with alt tags and videos, throw everything at it. So you create a channel and then you think, okay, what is it going to be? This is my favorite slide coming next. So these are your semantic keywords. And again, I'm going to skip over this because TDT, terrific DJ tights. These are my Christmas socks. It's poetic, of course, because tights isn't exactly socks, but I really wanted to put my DJ socks in. So it's title, description, and tags. So with your title, again, take as much as you can. You've got 100 characters with spaces. And then with a description, you've got 5,000 characters with spaces. And so in your description, so you've already got 14 backlinks from your channel. In your description, you can slap in some more URLs. So I usually start with 3 hashtags, and then your domain, possibly a phone number, short description, and then maybe a link to the blog. So with the hashtags, the first 3 are the ones that act like a CMS system category. So they'll be clickable, and as we said, you'll get the suggested videos if you've already watched that kind of content. So make sure they're the most important ones. So for me, it would be hairdresser, hashtag Bristol, hashtag ladies. And again, your content will reflect what you said in the blog post already, because I do the video last, and then I use the content in the blog post and I either human edit this to make it unique content, or I just use Claude or ChatGPT to regenerate. But as I say, really go to town on this, spend your time in it. So the 3 hashtags will then, in YouTube SERPs, in the results pages, these 3 hashtags will appear above your video. And then obviously you'll have the other related videos as well. So we know there's a correlation between Google's algorithm, but the YouTube algorithm, and I know that this has been mentioned as well, but watch time. If you've got a video that's 6 minutes and people watch it all the way through to 6 minutes, then you're going to get a thumbs up. And then you've got channel authority, which I think is kind of like domain authority. So the watch time is dwell time in SEO terms, and then you've got channel authority, and then your click-through rate. And this really is great. A good click-through rate is encouraged with a great thumbnail. And then you've got your TDT lower down. So I'm going to show you a really, really, really good, one of my favourite thumbnails for YouTube. Are you ready? There you go. How I buy an island with SEO. Nah. This guy here. He's a good egg. I didn't know who this guy was until last year. Yeah, I've been living under a rock. Mr. Beast. Jimmy. He was approached by YouTube to join their content creators. So if anybody here has got 100,000 subscribers, this is the kind of thing that you can do. Well, this is a couple of years ago, and I read a case study and I fell in love with this guy. YouTube said to him, we're doing a new beta testing and it's going to include dubbing in different languages. So Mr. Beast and his marketing team said, okay then, well, this is good. We'll work with you on this. So they took the most popular videos that already had the most engagement, already had the most views, and then they dubbed them into 11 languages. So this swollen his YouTube channel, his channel authority, and of course, the amount of views with the old videos that were kind of regenerated into new languages were accessible internationally. This is a good egg. This guy here, it says here, has exceeded 35 million in donations to various causes. I think it's more than, well, I know it's more than that. Dubbing in 11 languages, we got that, but he's a good egg. He did the Team Seas initiative and raised $30 million to clear 30 million pounds of trash from our oceans. And the Team Trees initiative raised $20 million to plant 20 million trees for deforestation efforts to regenerate. This guy has paid for 1,000 people to have cataract surgery. He's dug wells in third world countries. All of this is funded from not just his YouTube videos, but also the other ventures that he's done. So like the other girls have said, share. You've got it out here. Once you've got your video live, you share it. You ask your mum to do it. You go and ask all you just send out a newsletter. Do whatever you like, but share it. So I've still got some time left. So before I do that, I'm going to talk to you more about the correlation between on-page SEO and the content and the unique content versus the eBay, which is, I didn't realize was a thing. eBay SEO is a thing. And also the correlation between ranking with all of your video content. So for example, you can actually take the MP4 file and then you can upload it as a standalone video, for example, into your LinkedIn profile, as well as having the link there to share and to embed. If you're going to embed the video in your blog post, make sure it is above the fold. And then there are other ways is that you can have more than one video, but make sure that your primary video is above the fold. And remember your basic SEO strategy, just the same with YouTube, and you're putting in all of your other backlinks, is that inside your blog, then you will do your internal linking as well, which then goes back to the hashtags in the YouTube descriptions. Please don't keyword stuff. I've seen people on Instagram that have just copied and pasted 40 different hashtags. I haven't got a figure for you that YouTube has said, don't use this many hashtags. I mean, you've got to use at least 3, but you can sprinkle them around in your description. And after all, you've got 5,000 characters, including spaces to get on. So I'm going to be hanging around here today. I don't know what time the bar opens. I think it might be 12 o'clock. What time is it now? I've still got a little bit to go. So, yeah, thank you very much for everything. And as I say, I have got a blog and it's on there. You can find me on Twitter and you can find me on speakerdeck.com/SEO Lady UK.
Demand sphere. Limitless visual insights from the SERPs. Unlimited dashboards and users. Easy to use and easy to scale your growth to new levels.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.